So this Delta saw's got some issues here. I've set up a dial indicator rigidly clamped to the miter gauge, sliding in the slot, and see, I got it set to 0 here. Okay, so it's set to 0. When you slide it, try to do this with the same spot over on the other side. You see that our adjustment is off. It's not parallel to the slot here. So it's definitely not parallel to this slot, and it's off by 43/100th of an inch, which means the whole saw has to move this way. These adjustment screws are only for 90 degrees and 45 degrees. How are you supposed to adjust the blade on this saw? There's nothing. Other saws like SawStop have a screw inside of here, inside of the housing here, in order to make that adjustment. And this one does not seem to have anything. The manual doesn't say anything about it. This is a problem. Alright guys, let me show you how I fixed this. Down here below, I took off this back panel here. It's just 4 screws, like that. Take out this panel to have access to it, and then I took off the single twist screw that put on the dust chute collector thingy. And now, right up here is how you make this adjustment for the blade angle. There is a grub screw here, and there's a grub screw right there. Now there's 2 over on the other side. There's 2 grub screws over on the other side, but actually it has a single grub screw that attaches right to the cylinder post here. These are guides. You'll see the threaded rod over there. When you turn the wheel, to raise the blade, the motor housing here rides on these guides, and the entire problem is that this guide on this side is not aligned. It's off. So looks like it's got linear bearings too. So all you got to do is loosen those 2 grub screws right up there, and you use the Allen key that came with the saw, and this fits it, so that's great. You don't need any extra tools. So you loosen those 2 grub screws right there, and then this whole housing here. I use this thing right here. It's obviously protecting something on the inside, but it's a perfect like handle. And if you notice right up here on the dial indicator, if I push on it, see how it moves. Now I had to move it offset by about 10. So after I had set it to 0, it's offset by about 10, because here's what happens when I start to tighten up those grub screws after I've made my adjustment. So I'm attempting now to, where am I at? There we go. So after I start to tighten it up, look what happens to the dial. The dial starts moving down. So you kind of have to tinker with that and play with that as I make some more adjustments. It continues to move down towards 0, and basically I just keep adjusting until tightening it up takes it to 0, which is exactly what we want. And almost there. Almost there. There we go. We're now at 0. Almost 0. Close to 0. Within 1,000th of an inch. So Tighten up a little bit more. They're pretty tight right now. So there you go. Dead on zero. That fixed the problem. That means the blade is now perpendicular to the miter slot, which means that then I can also dial in the fence too. So yay! If you're wondering about this method of using a piece of wood in order to calibrate it, it's a method I got from the Newbie Woodworker, and I'll post that link below. So if you're having the same problem with getting your blade perpendicular to your miter slot, this should help you fix it. Alright, thanks for watching.